Is today the day that we were waiting for all the transfer market news to break? No. No, it's not. Welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone. I'm Justin Sofro. It's Thursday, June 3rd, 2021, and we're going to get into this news right now. All right, first up is Allegri meeting with the club to go over his strategy for the transfer market when it opens July 1st. The main talking points that we know of at this point are about Dybala and the new deal with him, and then Ronaldo's future. As it stands, everything that you're hearing and you're expecting is probably what I expect to go down. It seems that Dybala will get his new deal, and it appears that Ronaldo will probably be able to find his new club, maybe where he may be going a year early. Nothing really surprising there. Nothing really that bothers me. I completely understand for Ronaldo's future. And then I'm in full support of Dybala getting a second chance. And then going on with Dybala, according to Mirko Di Natale, according to sources close to Dybala, his renewal is still at a standstill, and the club has not yet started contacts. So, I mean, that's to be expected. I would imagine that that'll be coming in the coming days after they had this meeting from this morning to basically give the okay to Dybala renewing. Following that, one of the latest news that I think it broke last night was basically that Atalanta will use their option on Christian Romero. I think that is about $16 million that they'll be paying Juventus for the defender. I think he also won. It's probably a good move by them. You know, I guess they already have the contract lined out, but you know, if there was any way for Juventus to pop that up, would have been nice. Just because he won, I think it was Serie A Defender of the Year. So they got a good deal for themselves. I remember hearing a lot about Romero positive for Juventus, so it's kind of unfortunate that he didn't get more of an opportunity at the club. Here's our daily Donnarumma Szczesny update. Not really a lot of positive, not a lot that I'm excited about myself. I'm a big Donnarumma fan. I want him at Juventus. So Gazzetta dello Sport is reporting that Juventus could give up on Donnarumma. Not what I want to hear. Allegri has full confidence in Szczesny. Again, not what I want to hear. And would prefer to strengthen the team in other areas of the field. So, I mean, I understand that point. There are definitely, we have way more problems in the midfield. You want to put money in that, as well as maybe something, like I said before, the left back, something like that. And then maybe a possible, well, I think we have enough strikers right now. Maybe if you're going to bring in like Moise Kean back, but I doubt that's going to happen. Then going on to that, Momblano is in reporting as well, as he always does, is saying that Donnarumma once it is convinced to go to Juventus. So a bit conflicting reports there. I mean, I guess it's not really conflicting because it's more Gazzetta dello Sport saying Allegri's going to give up if Szczesny's not going to leave. But I just, to me, this is like one of the big stories. This is one of those once in a generation talents that you can get. So to me, you got to go. I feel like you've got to go full force in picking him up. Also, Nico Ballas is reporting that Donnarumma is still a strong contender for goalkeeper position at Juventus, but Szczesny's departure must be managed first. He has a long-term contract. A loan hypothesis is not to be excluded. So that's the first I've really been hearing about a loan possibly happening. That would be nice. It would be nice to, you know, if that's a possibility, maybe a loan to buy, maybe with Roma, maybe with a team like that. I don't know if they have the money to really pay $7 million a year for a salary of a goalkeeper. But I would like to see something like that happen. Whatever, at this point, you know my position. Whatever it takes to get Donnarumma in a Juventus uniform. Moving on, more Pjanic news. Tuttosport's reporting that Pjanic is worth around 42 million euros, which is too much for Juventus to spend on ever bringing him back. But a loan deal is not out of the question. Inter is also on the lookout. To me, I just don't. Pjanic isn't what we need right now. That's pretty cut and dry with me. I just don't think he really brings anything the club's missing, and he definitely didn't do it the last 2 years that he was here. Continuing on with that, Momblano says it's true. There have been contacts between Allegri and Pjanic. Mira has been in touch with the coach and the staff. Massimiliano has given Pjanic an answer, and it is not a negative answer. On an economic level, it can be a bargain for Juve. I mean, I guess it depends how you go about it. If you're able to balance out any of those expenses that you may incur with him, or somebody go outgoing. But I just don't. Again, to me, no, we don't need Pjanic right now. Please just move on from it. Come on, guys. Back to the back line. Okay, Nicola Ballis is reporting that Chiellini's renewal confirms the three starters, with him and then Bonucci and De Ligt interchanging each other. Demiral will leave at the highest bidder. The fourth center back is still to be defined between Rugani and Dragusin, come on. In external options, Romagnoli is still among the names in the background. I don't hate the name of Romagnoli. I don't know how much that really, if AC Milan's not valuing him and how much he's going to bring to the club. I almost would rather stick with somebody younger like Dragusin, who's definitely going to bring a lot more than Rugani will. But again, and maybe another name will pop up in the distant future. Corriere di Torino is reporting that Mehdi Demiral is on his way out. Again, similar situation to what Nicola Valles is saying, as he wants more playing time. A number of English clubs are interested in him, starting with Everton. Milinkovic and Romagnoli have been considered as possible replacements for Demiral, but first Allegri will have to decide if and how much to bet on Dragusin. I don't know. I liked what I saw from Dragusin. I didn't see a lot of issues. Obviously, he didn't really play in the big matches where he's going to, maybe deal with a bit harsher competition. But I'd say give him a chance. But I definitely understand that Mehdi Demiral, while I loved his play and he was a solid defender, maybe drawing a little bit too much contact, too many yellow cards, but he's one of the few players that's really highly regarded in the transfer market that really can bring us in some of that cash that we need right now. Back to kind of news from yesterday. Milinkovic-Savic, Max Nerozzi is reporting that Juve have been in contact with Milinkovic-Savic. Compared to the past, it seems that a demand of 80 million will not be asked for. Sorry, I got a little tongue-tied. But Juve are not the only ones interested. So, I think probably he is a midfielder and one that could bring a lot to Juventus. It's just that price tag's pretty dang high unless you get some kind of deal. Plus, I don't think the Lazio, management will really be willing to work with the Juventus. So it's one of the big problems I feel like, even going into Locatelli, which we'll talk about shortly, is basically I feel like Juventus and all those clubs definitely rubbed the smaller clubs the wrong way with the Super League. So unfortunately, that may be an issue. I know somebody asked me before about Aouar, and I feel like this is kind of the same thing, that I feel like, definitely I don't think Lyon's going to really work with Juventus right now. Or if they do, they're just going to try to get all the money they can out of you. All right. And then the Sassuolo CEO talks, basically what he stated was, we hope that Locatelli will be a protagonist with Italy. I'd like to postpone any negotiations until after the Euros are complete. What is missing? The right offer that satisfied everyone. It's true that Juventus made a move for Locatelli last year, but recently the only concrete interest in Manuel has come from abroad. We are at the beginning, but it seems to me that they are not, or that they are serious about him abroad. So I think right now this is just kind of a game that the Sassuolo CEO is playing, because I'm pretty sure from what we've heard is it seems like Locatelli has interest in coming to Juventus, but it feels like they're trying to use whatever leverage they can against Juventus to try to get as much money as they can out of it. It's just milk the golden teeth. For right now, I think he's going to play that game, especially one of the big things when it comes to transfers, obviously in Europe and with football compared to like here in America, is that the player's choice and destination actually plays a big role in it. While here they can just kind of ship you wherever, and that's where the deal is with any kind of trade bargain. But in Europe, they have to actually give the okay. So I still feel very confident that we'll see Locatelli in Juventus next year. Continue Locatelli updates. Just another report from Nico Ballas saying that Locatelli wants to join Juve, but no agreement with Sassuolo has been met at the moment. So supposedly, and I've also seen reports that they haven't even, or I guess that's what they kind of said, they haven't really had a conversation with Juventus and Sassuolo of this season. So we'll see where it goes from there. To me, those are the big names that we know, Locatelli and Donnarumma. So I would hope to get at least one or really, honestly, both of them done as soon as possible. So the last two quick stories that we have regarding mostly, unfortunately, negative Juventus transfer news regarding our players. First one is Aaron Ramsey. Nicola Ballas is reporting that Ramsey does not have many options, and the offers that arrived do not really excite him to where to go. Maybe in the English Premier League, maybe it's a lower level one that definitely is maybe not even playing Europa League. So that's not a good sign for us trying to offload him. Of course, I understand a lot of players will want to stick with a Champions League team. When you're playing on a Champions League team, there's so many more benefits that come with that, especially as a player. So you don't want to give that up as long as you can, as long as you have that contract. So I can't really fault him, but the fan in me is like, get out. Continuing on, Nico Ballas has even better news that Bernardeschi remains for sale, but wants another last chance. So he's just going to keep every single time we get a new coach or whatever, he's going to feel like he can get that next chance to just stick with Juventus, to hold on, to grasp at whatever straw that he can. So like right now, it appears that Bernardeschi's pretty I don't want to say confident. I think Bernardeschi definitely thinks that maybe he can reinvigorate his career with Allegri. Maybe try to see if he can use him in a different way than, Saudi or Pirlo have been able to use. So we'll see where it goes from there. I think, for most of us, and obviously with me, I think that confidence in Bernardeschi is kaput. It's done. So, it'd be best for everybody if we can move on. But again, people aren't going to walk away from that salary. People aren't going to walk away from playing in Champions League so easily. So we'll see where it goes from there. We'll keep you updated. Hopefully we'll get some more Bernardeschi news. I imagine we'll probably be closer to July than we will, or, maybe more the back end of the summer transfer market than anything. That's all the news I have for you today, but check in with us tomorrow to get the latest roundup covering all things Juventus. Please be sure to like the video and subscribe, as it really helps our channel grow. And then don't forget to hit that bell to stay up to date with our video. When our videos drop automatically, you'll get that update immediately. And then be sure to follow us on Bianconeri Zone on Twitter and Instagram, as well as on Twitter. Follow me at Justin Sofro. Forza Juve, Forza Bianconeri.